Maybe not. Hello again, officer.
Hello again, monsieur.
What do you think of...
A blood pressure...
Take a look at this.
My TV has been acting up. Could you pick...
What do you know about... Have a look.
You mean... No.
What do you make...
Delightful. Would you like to see some of my...
Hell?
Then...
I'll see you...
Oui, monsieur.
I had no desire to talk to the crowd. Hey, you with the ball.
Oui?
Have you seen this man before?
Non.
What do you know about the night?
Le Templier? On an ad...
Wow.
No, monsieur. I read it.
How did you learn to be a juggler?
Juggler? What is...
It's you. You juggle, that makes you a juggler.
No!
A jongler? What's that?
Mon Dieu! A jongleur in centuries past. The courts of the crowned heads of Europe are witty, erudite men to whom the...
Wait a minute, wait. Let me get this straight. Our enemies are at the borders. Plague, ravage. Thank God we've got Chuckles the Jongler. I don't think so. That juggling doesn't look so difficult.
Oh, perhaps you feel you could do better, no?
I'll give it a try.
He might...
I had no idea what I was doing. But this guy was obviously an idiot, so how difficult could it be? A lot more difficult than I thought. That's how difficult. Still, it was my big chance to be derided by complete strangers.
Not so easy after all, is it?
No, I...
You smoke.
No, I don't.
In that case, we need not...
Look, a red nose.
Ah, you are a clown.
A clown?
No, if so, you would be a much better young.
For a moment, an idea capered around near the spotlight of my attention, but fell down the pothole of abstraction before I could focus on it. This gadget...
Idiot.
Look,
How you say? Whooped it.
look.
How you say?
Catch you later.
Au revoir.
I couldn't open it with my bare hands. Sorry, no harm. Hi again. Does this lab pass mean anything to you?
You work in a lab.
No, try again.
You still...
No. It didn't seem right. Catch you later.
Au revoir.
There was a small crowd of 5 sightseers. It's a weird thing, but you can take the most intelligent people in the world, put them in their vacation duds, and hey presto, they look like morons. Why is that? A typically Parisian sidewalk cafe. Last time I visited, I decided I was happy enough right where I was. Hello again, officer. What do you think of the juggler?
Ah, yes.
But he's blocking the thoroughfare and obstructing traffic.
So? He is amusing. The traffic isn't. If he wants to block it, who am I to say no?
You're a cop.
Ah, oui. No. Ah, a license. This I had not considered.
So what are you gonna do?
The instant I return to the station, I shall check.
Return to the station? Why not just ask him?
And spoil his concentration. What kind of a barbarian do you take me for?
Does this red nose...
Ah,
Do I look like a...
no. Although, now, if I'd known you were a clown, it would have been, and not a humiliation.
What do you mean?
Who ever heard of a plainclothes clown?
He had a point. So you're saying that if I juggle badly with a red nose, I'd be the king of comedy. But if I juggle badly without it...
You look like a pathetic loon. Oui, monsieur, you have it.
I'll see you around.
Oui.
An architectural echo of the gallows that once used to stand here. Fixed to the wall was a sign in 3 languages. Hi again.
Oui.
Does this grease paint mean anything to you?
It looks like one of mine, or at least another jongleur.
Or a clown?
Mais naturellement, a clown.
Hardly a break. I'd like to have another try at juggling, please.
You have gone on a crash course, perhaps.
No, I just had an insight into presentation.
Huh?
Allow me to demonstrate. The balls, please.
If you insist on completing your humiliation, monsieur.
Okay, now for my secret weapon. The juggler was speechless with rage. You could have mistaken him for a mime. And without a word, he collected his balls and left in a fury. Hey, you forgot one of your balls. Hey! But he didn't hear. Better still, Deprived of his entertainment, the gendarme decided maybe he ought to do some policing for a change. There was no need to take the wine glass. The recent showers had made the levels rise a little, but at least the place didn't smell so much. On the boat was a winching machine. Close up, I could see a faded inscription. My medieval French isn't much, but the few words, maybe. The inscription was hard to read, but I made out Templier and something about innocence. The inscription was undecipherable. The plaster had cracked and was falling away. I wondered why. A weird little boat lay tied up. I guess they used it to get maintenance crews. Either that or the Phantom of the Opera was somewhere near. The hook was held rigidly by the tightly wound chain. Okay, it's long jump time. Here goes. Do I look crazy or something? What's a guy supposed to do with a sewer? Hey, that's hollow. It was time for some brutal destruction. Close up, I could see the plaster was thinner where I'd broken through, and behind it were some cogs and a lever. Here we go. Hey, cool. Inside the hole, I could see one of the cogs had come loose and jammed the mechanism solid. Inside the hole, I could see one of the cogs had come loose and jammed the mechanism solid.
In the beginning was the end.
An end wrought by our enemies began our darkness.
In the end will be an
end to
report.
The military establishments are in flux. The end of the Cold War has left them with no clear goal and as obvious targets for budgetary cuts. We have success. They feel that the politicians have cast. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
Good.
Governments are giving the corporations more respect than their own citizens. A groundswell of dissatisfaction. The corporations are becoming too large and complex for their own executives to control them. A blind belief in the pattern.
the global. They are acting on hasty decisions. The pattern is emerging.
Excellent. The tide of the millennium almost. Professor, where is the broken sword?
As we discussed last time, with the loss of the manuscript, our search is as a corollary hindered.
And as discussed last time, you have been furnished with a dramatically increased budget. What have you been doing with our money, Professor?
We are working on the principle that the Templars, that is to say, our predecessors,
Hold on. These are the Templars?
must have left a trail when they were hiding the clues to the sort of Baphomet's location. I have a small army of historians and archaeologists ferreting out that trail.
I trust these historians and archaeologists are more trustworthy than your friend Pegram.
Pegram was loyal. He tried to protect the Lochmarn gem when the Hashashin came near.
And failed. And don't call that Syrian maniac the Hashashin. He's an assassin.
That's not what he believes. He actually thinks.
Do I have to remind you that we have a sacred duty, a trust? When Philippe attempts, now we have the opportunity to, but time is short. We need results, not pity, not excuses. Now, Professor Baphomet.
Yes, of course. My apologies. We will find Baphomet. We have already found another element actually within Paris.
Excellent. What is it?
Well, We're not exactly sure at present. Ha! But at least I have not murdered.
Of course. That guy was the bogus doctor in the hospital.
Marquet was a liability. Eklund dealt with him on my orders.
I beg your pardon, Grandmaster. I did not mean to.
Have you any good news for us, Professor?
We already know 3 of the elements. We know that Klausner had obtained the lens before he vanished.
Where was he?
Syria. We know that he arrived, but after that, nothing.
The assassin.
I fear so. It's a shame. Klausner was a good operative.
I could hear voices from the lit area. This was it. The conspiracy was revealed. Okay, at last, I had them. I could see the fear in their eyes as their little scheme came to... You're all going away for a very long time. And you can just drop those guns. You're...
This will be our last meeting in person until we locate the sword of Baphomet. I hope that I don't need to emphasize the importance of finding it. Without it, our endeavors come to nothing. With the sword reforged, we will have the power to sweep the stage of all opposition. The new millennium will belong to us. The next time...
I noticed 3 small notches around the edge of the stump's top. There was a large circle marked out on the floor with a stump in the middle. Around the circle, I could see words inlaid into the stone. The light, falling from above, struck the gem and scattered in 5 neat rays, and each ray picked out a letter. Starting from the seal, I could read M-A-R-I-B, Marib. Now all I had to do was figure out what the heck that meant. Nico,
Who?
The Templars. I spied on their meeting in the catacombs.
And you saw the Knights Templar?
I saw a bunch of guys masquerading as Templars. They're after something called the Sword of Baphomet. The bogus doctor was there, the guy who killed Marquet. The manuscript is the key, just as we thought. It shows the way to the broken sword, whatever that is.
And how does the assassin fit into all this?
He's out to stop them. These Neo-Templars, they're men and women in influential positions. Don't you see? Clantar was one of them. The assassin killed him for the manuscript, to stop them finding the sword.
But now we have got the manuscript.
Yes.
So, how does he hope to find the sword?
I don't know. They said something about a lens and a guy called Klausner who's gone to Syria. But they didn't seem to realize the significance of the very site of their meeting. You see, after they'd gone, I discovered a stone pedestal and a carved inscription. I set up the gem on the tripod, directly below a beam of light. The gem split the beam and lit the letters M-A-R-I-B.
Marib is a village in Syria.
Then the Neo-Templars are ahead of us. Klausner beat me to it.
You're not thinking of going there yourself, are you?
Why not?
These guys are crazy and dangerous. That reminds me, you should leave the gem here.
Okay. What about...
I'll send it back to Andre, anonymously.
Labino explained who the Hashish...
Yeah? Oh,
Let's take another look at them. There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod. Let's take a... Do you think I should...
Syria is a long way.
There was no way of lifting the security. Oh, hi.
Hello?
Do you recognize the man in this?
No, dear. That's right, monsieur.
You're back.
Hello,
Well, I wasn't expecting to see you back here.
No. Well, it is a strange thing, but...
On duty? But you're just sitting...
No, I am...
I must be missing something. You're in uniform.
Precisely, monsieur. My cover is that of an indolent, wine-guzzling police officer.
You've got me convinced.
Merci. But in reality, my every muscle, I am drawn tight.
Who or what were you planning to pizzang on?
You must have heard, monsieur, of the terror that is gripping Paris.
You mean the killings? Oh, at last.
People die every day. No,
I,
Sewer Jacques.
The terror of the scepter. He pops up here. He pops up there. Look, is he so hush or beneath the...
Bravo, that's...
Merci. I was up...
Who is this sewer Jacques Car...
Ah, if we... But to this, he has... he has prayed.
Wow, is...
And... What nation?
Canadian. Well... I didn't have time to sit around. Waiting in prayer. The statue had any secrets. It was concealing them pretty well. Somehow, it looked more modern than its neighbor. A huge arched window. In comparison to its neighbor, it looked pretty plain. I wondered if this guy had died in combat. Carrying all that armor around must have been hard work. A statue of a knight holding a staff and a scroll. Well, I could have just taken the end off the staff, but I wanted to be sure what I'd be getting out of vandalizing a church, other than deported. On the end of the staff was some kind of disc with a cross on it. Around the base of the disc was a hairline crack. Per disciplinum meum lux videbis. A bit of a stained glass window. Wow! Hoping for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary had been pretty optimistic, I guess. Per disciplinum meum lux. A bit of a stained glass window. Wow! Hoping for a big insight while squinting through a hunk of statuary had been pretty... The statue had any secrets. It was concealing them pretty well. Per discipline... A bit of a stained glass window. Wow! Hoping for a big insight had... There was no water to frolic about in, and the leaf mold that was collecting there just... There was no obvious way into the building. A real macho guy would have plunged. Hi there.
Bonjour.
Ah, Where's Sergeant Moo?
Sergeant Moo? You haven't heard?
Heard what? Has something happened to him?
Moo is dead.
You're kidding.
No, monsieur.
That's... How? Why?
The death of a policeman never comes as a surprise, but always as a...
But Sergeant Moo? He was so...
I know. He was as flexible as a riot baton. Yet his heart was as warm as a freshly...
Thanks. Hey there, young fella.
Yes, see, and rather better than you by the sound. My name is Nijo. Welcome to my...
Does the word Templar mean anything to you?
Templar. Why, yes.
It does?
Yes. The splendid series of books featuring
Great. That's a...
the Saint television program featuring Mr. Roger Moore of the... and a stick man.
So...
I only watched it for the stick man with the halo. He was better animated.
So, I'm correct in saying that the word Templar doesn't mean much to you.
Well, there was the...
That's them. What else do you know?
just how...
A what?
From the medieval edition. Ask me...
And... So, this is your stand?
Although stand does not begin to do it. The finest in this bustling...
This is a bustling metropolis?
Well, not...
You speak very good English.
Thank you, sir. I learned from...
Oh, a language course.
No, sir. Jeeves and Wustasi think not of...
Okay, forget about the Templars for a minute. What do you know about knights?
Like the Crusaders, they came to the East on an insane and... They sacrificed thousands of lives. How anyone can find them room?
How much are those books there on the shelf?
Have you any...
I think I might have a couple of Irish punts.
Then they're too expensive.
Have you seen this man before?
No, sir. I'm glad to say.
What do you make of this?
Well, beyond the obvious, very little.
So long.
Poodle.
It was the sort of bell you see in hotel receptions. Kind of unexpected here. There were some great bargains on the shelf, providing you ran a junk museum. An old executive toy and a cheap plaster statuette. There didn't seem much helpful around here. An old executive toy. I hadn't come all this way to seek out. I had neither the money. As I didn't see the point of going all the way over there to get scrapped. I didn't really want to lug the rifle around with me. Hello. I was...
Why, hi there, handsome. What can I...
Hi, my name's...
Well, it certainly is delightful.
I was...
My name's Mrs. Henderson, but you can call me Pearl, I'm sure.
Okay, Pearl. I was...
So nice to meet a friendly American face so far from home.
Pearl?
Yes?
I was just wondering if you could help me.
Why,
Do you know anything about medieval weaving?
I do a little needlework, but gosh.
It's okay. It was a long... Have you talked to the boy on the bric-a-brac?
Oh, you've met him? His name's... Oh, he's just so cute, I could die. I'd love to bundle him up and take him back to Ohio.
He might...
I'm looking for something ancient, you know. Something to impress the folks back home. The poor boy was trying to do his best, but we still haven't found it.
Have you ever heard of a group of knights?
Sounds familiar. I remember. Dwayne had a book. The Holy Something and the Holy Something Else, I can't quite recall. I read a little of it.
And?
They...
So, tell me a little...
Me? Oh, gentlemen. Well...
Akron? Is your husband around, Pearl?
Well, as a matter of fact, yes, he is. Sorry to disappoint you.
Have you seen this man before?
No. A friend of yours?
No. Is this...
You're a phenomenon.
Don't they have secret handshakes?
Oh, sure.
I've got to go now, Pearl.
It's been a pleasure.
The stand was hawking ancient machine parts that seemed to be from a stripped-down printing press. I couldn't imagine where they'd come from, or who'd want them. He didn't have anything that I... Hi, I was wondering whether you could help me.
Why, sure, son. The name?
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Henderson.
Hell, boy.
Oh. I saw a medieval picture of a woman, royalty or nobility, something. She was looking in a mirror, but the reflection was of a man with... What do you think of that?
I think you should be in therapy.
Do you think bulls have any significance around here?
Weird question, George. Nope, I don't think they... Joe. He's the youngster. Yeah, we've met him. Speaks 4 languages, and he's never had a day's formal education. He should go far. Kept trying to peddle gar...
You're not gonna find...
I know that. But try telling her...
Do you mind if I ask you an odd question?
Okay, but I might not answer it.
Do you know anything about the
Knights?
Yep. No. Well, you...
What, I...
In this...
Sure. The group...
Oh, please. Does the image of a knight holding a crystal ball mean anything to you?
Hell no. What would a knight want?
I don't know.
What's...
It's not. It all came together in my head. What the conspiracy... It's a lens! What do you think? What does Pearl do for a living?
Oh, I run a greetings card company, and Pearl writes the poems for him. You ought to ask her to recite some.
You're a long way from home, Dwayne.
Could say the same about you, George.
Me? Well, I'm just sightseeing that.
Without it, not take... Mind if...
What? Ow! You could have warned me.
You don't mind, do you, George? The folks back home will be real into...
What exactly do you do, Dwayne?
Didn't I say? Oh, I run a greeting card company. Yep, we're based in Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland? Pearl said you're in Akron.
What was that?
Nothing. Just thinking out loud. Have you seen this man?
Maybe. Where'd you get it?
I just picked it up somewhere.
Sure. I'm off.
Ow! Damn.
There. I've got another picture of a complete stranger. Maybe I'll ask around.
Okay.
Count.
Hello again, Pearl.
Why,
You said that your company is based in Akron.
and Dwayne said it's in Cleveland, no doubt.
Well, yes, he did.
Dwayne was in the Marines and Vietnam, you know. Anyway, he got a... Thing is, he gets confused. We moved away from Cleveland 5 years ago.
Oh, I'm so...
He also gets a little paranoid. Thinks he's a spy or something.
I'm so sorry.
Don't worry yourself, George.
I've got...
It's been a...
He didn't have any... The stand was selling some fruit I didn't recognize. This is what... I wasn't hungry and didn't want... Hi, what's your name, sir?
Hello, you buy kebab.
What do you make of this?
Buy kebab, most good.
Well,
Most...
hi there, Dwayne.
Hi there.
I figured going out into the countryside was a pretty good way to get lost. Close up. Close up. I could see flies love kebabs. The carpet seller had an impressive collection of wares. Hi.
Hello, sir. Lovely carpet.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
Ah! Give to me! Give to me! Allah mut.
Many beneficent greetings, my most fortunate host.
Huh? Do I know you, mister?
No, but my friend, do you not see our mutual good fortune in this meeting?
How frank do you want me to be?
You are a traveler, yes?
Boy, you must be the world's greatest detective.
No, I am told that is Sherlock Holmes of the big forehead, and I, as contrast, am world's greatest luxury taxi driver.
I can see where this...
I am Ultar. Where does your heart desire? Simply...
Oh,
is good.
thanks. See you around.
Be happy.
Hi. No, I was one... What? I'm sorry, but I...
No surprise there, alrighty. He says sorry, but he...
but...
He not have tongue.
No tongue? What happened?
It was...
And he lost...
He won. You should see other chappie. Oh...
I was surprised to see alcohol on open... Then I realized... They weren't even alcoholic drinks. I had neither the time nor the money to buy any. Damn, the door's locked. I'm sorry?
He say you not to go in toilet. Read sign, matey.
Matey?
It lose something in translation.
Even if I'd wanted to spit, my mouth was too dry. By staring hard at the notice and squinting, I discovered I couldn't... The spittoon was nearly full. What did they sell here? Drinks or expect? Hello again, friend. There wasn't much point in trying to launch when I couldn't... I hadn't felt a need to spit since I was 12. Hello again, Ultar.
Great and possible future...
Well, you never know. Would you mind...
Is most agreeable.
Could you tell me what that sign means?
It's a door stay shut until brush come back. Signed, the management.
Oh.
Manager buy lovely new toilet brush, leaves it by wash basin for 10 minutes, come back, it's been stolen. Not even out of wrapper. He damn cross. Lock up toilet and say, nobody use fine pristine toilet until brush given back. We say, what we do till then, eh? He say, cross legs and use superior willpower.
And that's what you've been doing?
No. Ultar use bucket.
Have you met the American couple?
Have Ultar met them? Have Ultar met them? Yes.
And?
They most ungenerous. Ultar offer to show them. They say, is there anything ancient? They say, no, anything ancient made by men. And Ultar say, have you seen? But they go.
What do you know about the kebab seller?
A most miserable man. Ultar say, cheery up, matey mate, it might never happen. And he say, shut up.
Fancy that.
Not at all. Arto has face like the drizzle. Whatever.
What do you make of that boy in...
Nejo. Ha. Ayub's boy is too big for sand. I speak splendid English, and he laugh. He say, Ultar, you big ox, you split infinity. I say, I split your head if you stay still. Ha 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 ha. Ho ho ho. Pretty funny, yes?
Hilarious. You should be on... This place is certainly hard to find.
Oh, yes, it is most exclusive. The membership can be no more than... Kind sir, what would you guess the population of...
Gee, I don't know.
Pen...
Do you know anything about the Templars?
Of course.
Yes? What can you tell me?
Great shit.
No, that's not real.
Who put the bop in the bop, 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 bop?
Yeah, eternal questions.
Look, is a...
No, Have you seen this man before?
Oh, most certainly. Was here only yesterday.
Here? Yesterday? My God, he's...
Yes, he was asking a lot of questions, just like you.
What did he ask about?
He asked about American called Stoby.
Stobart?
Yes, Stobart. You know him.
The killer knew my name. What else did he ask about?
He asked about German man called Klobner.
I tried to remember the name of the man the conspiracy had lost in Syria. Was his name Klausner?
Sure, that is what Voltaire said. Klausner. I told this man in the picture, Klausner wanted to go up to Bull's Head.
Hold on. He wanted to go where?
Bull's Head. Big hill, 10 mile out of town. Maybe 60.
When was that?
Oh,
What can...
it's most magnificent.
How do I get there? No.
You need...
Woe is...
And...
Gee, will...
Are you desirous of my pleasant and luxurious...
All right, let's go.
First, I regret the formalities. A trip to the Bull's Head...
$50. I don't...
Oh, most unhappy.
Hold on, Ultar. Is there nothing I could barter with you?
Word that it was so, beloved friend. But my taxi needs gas, and its muffler needs... My heart weeps.
About...
Are you desirous of seeing this most splendid...
Well, maybe.
A terrific bargain. Only...
50, huh? Well, I still don't have any cash on me, American or otherwise.
Oh, the delights of the Bull's Head Hill then must...
See you around, Ultar.
Fare you...
I hadn't... I had nothing to buy a carpet with, and didn't want to lug one around anyway. I had nothing to buy a carpet with, and didn't want to lug one around anyway. It's me again. Does this mean anything?
Yes, yes, carpet, yes?
What do you think of this?
Lovely carpet. Ma'at.
The carpet seller had an impressive collection of wares. If I had the time and the money, I might have bought a couple of rugs. Hello again, sir.
Hello.
Well, goodbye.
Most good.
Hello again.
Why, hello.
Have you met the taxi man, Ultar?
Heavens, yes. What a big man.
But you didn't go for a ride.
Why, George, you're absolutely the most... Oh, you mean a taxi ride? No, Dwayne wasn't interested, so it didn't...
Have you ever heard of a hill called the Bull's Head?
No.
I'm not sure.
Sounds...
I've got to go now, Pearl.
It's been a pleasure, George.
I wasn't hungry. He didn't have anything that I needed. The stand was hawking ancient machines. How did this guy make a living selling useless old machine parts? Hi there, Dwayne.
Hi there, George. How can I help you?
Have you met...
Almost luxurious air-conditioned taxi.
Yeah, the cabbie.
Tried to pull a bunco on us. Take us on a wild goose chase off.
Have you ever heard of a hill called the Bull's Head?
Can't say as I have. Where's that?
I don't know. I'm trying to find out.
Bull's Head, huh? I must remember that.
Okay. The stand had kebabs dangling from the canopy. As a marketing device, it lacked something. Hello again.
Hello.
What?
Buy kebab?
Does this mean anything?
No.
I'd value you.
Nah.
What do you mean?
You buy.
I'd value your opinion.
Nah. You buy kebab.
What do you mean?
You buy.
Well,
Most.
Suddenly, I realized the horrific truth. The guy was basting the kebabs with a toilet brush. It may never have seen the inside of a toilet bowl, but it was still hardly appetizing. Hello again.
Hello.
Well,
Most.
suddenly, the guy was basting the kebabs with a toilet brush. It may never have seen the inside of a toilet bowl, but it was still hardly appetizing. In the still air, the smell hung around like bad smells do. It was a kebab stand, and an ugly one at that. Hello again.
Hello.
Well,
Most.
suddenly, I realized the guy was basting the kebabs with a toilet brush. It may never have seen the inside of a toilet bowl, but it was still hardly appetizing. I figured going out into the countryside was a pretty good way to get lost. Hello again, Pearl.
Why, hello, George. It's such a pleasure to see you again.
Have you had anything from the kebab?
Hey, Evans, no, with my digestion.
I've got to go now.
been a pleasure.
I wasn't hungry. The stand was selling some fruit I didn't recognize. This is what travel is all about. The merchant was selling fruit. I decided... Hi there, Dwayne.
Hi there.
Have you had any dealings with the kebab?
Absolutely not. Pearl's already had one attack of Montezuma's revenge.
Okay, well...
Count on it, Jewel.
Hi, Nijo.
Hello?
What do you know about that couple?
Oh,
Is that all?
the chap's a little odd. As for the lady, it's a funny thing. But I get the impression she's a lot cleverer than she's letting on.
I met an interesting guy earlier, a cab driver.
Ah, that would have to be Uta, a barbaric sort of chap.
Oh, he's not that bad.
You know how he speaks in Pidgin English? That's how he speaks in Arabic too.
Is that your father lurking in the back of the stand?
He is indeed a roaring fellow. Ayub's his name.
You don't sound like you respect him very much.
Don't I? Not only do I respect him, I rather like him. For all his bluster, we get on very well.
That's not a very friendly cat you got there, Nijo.
No, sir. It is a very unfriendly cat.
Why do you keep it?
Oh, it's not mine. It just rests where it pleases. And today, it pleases to rest there. As Kipling would say, it is a cat that walks by itself.
Fiercely independent.
And it smells.
Who's the guy selling the kebabs?
Oh, that's Arto. A miserable blighter to be sure, sir.
He doesn't seem very happy.
He never is. Day in, day out, a face like a wet Wednesday. Whatever one of those is.
Does he speak any English?
Not cogently, no.
Look, this is going to sound a bit strange, but I need Arto's brush.
What? The brush he bastes the kebabs with?
Yes.
Let me find some dirty postcards for you instead.
Nijo, this is serious. Arto stole that brush he's using from a friend, and I want to get it back.
Perhaps I could help you, old chap. Maybe? Perhaps?
Maybe what? Perhaps what?
I do not wish to seem mercenary, sir, but I am a merchant, and merchants trade.
Merchant? This isn't Sears and Roebuck here.
Well, if you're going to be disagreeable...
No, you're right. What would you like?
What have you got?
Will you help me get that toilet brush from Arto or not?
I'd be delighted to help you, but we still haven't settled on what I get out of it.
What would you like?
What have you got?
What do you think of this, eh?
Oh, sir, what a splendid... One day, when I am rich, I am going to build a world-renowned collection of brightly colored balls.
Are you serious?
In deadly earnest. People will come...
Yes?
But answer me this. What good is a Picasso, I ask you, if you cannot bounce it off a wall?
You may have a point.
Sir, for such a marvelous thing, I would gladly help you.
I thought merchants were supposed to be wily and never reveal what they really want.
Bah! I say to mercantile greed, I have the soul of the East, and I desire that red. Do you understand?
Not really. If
I've already told you. I'll help you if you give me the ball. What's it to be?
All right, here you go.
People say bad things about Americans.
What people? What bad things?
Never mind that now. Remember the brush?
Right, yes, the
All you have to do with Arto is be polite. It lightens his day, makes it all worthwhile for him again.
How can I be polite to the guy when I can't speak a word of Syrian?
Arabic.
That's what I meant.
Simply memorize this phrase. Il-Akh il-Kalb.
Il-Akh kalb.
Close enough. Now, go over to Arto and deliver those honeyed words even unto his delicate ear. He won't be able to do enough.
Really?
Really.
What exactly does il-Akh kalb mean?
A polite but subtly complimentary greeting. He won't be able to do enough for you.
See you around, Neat.
Hot, hot.
Hello again, sir.
Hello. Kebab?
Il-Akh kalb?
Filthy. Bad, bad. I'll kill you.
Whoa, calm down. I just... Feet, do your thing. Hello again. Okay. Arto had murder in his eyes. What the hell had I said to him? I wasn't hungry and didn't want to buy fruit, so I didn't start a conversation. Hello again.
Pray.
What does il...
Who teach you that?
Nejo told me to say it to Art.
And Arto come after you with big knife, yes?
Yeah, how did you know?
I know Arto. You tell him...
I said he was using dog food? No wonder he went crazy.
No. Ultar not mean meat for dog. Ultar mean meat of dog.
Oh. About bulls... well, I... Bye for now, Ultar.
May...
Tiny joke. What the heck?
Patience, sir.
Patience? Patience? I've been chased by a homicidal kebab seller, and you expect me to be patient?
But consider, sir, while you were running from the irate Arto, the irate Arto...
Hold on. Are you telling me that I've been used as a diversionary tactic?
Your brush, sir.
I can't believe that you put me on that kebab seller's death list for a toilet.
The ends justify the means, sir.
Yeah.
They also serve who only stand in...
Oh, spare me. Here.
I'd at least...
Oh.
Outlaw.
So long.
Good.
There wasn't much when I couldn't... Well, but... Hello again, Ultar. Look, I've got the toilet...
You don't just wave at me. Give...
See you... Hello again, Frank. There wasn't much point in trying to launch an in-depth... when I couldn't speak Arabic, and he could... Well, I... but doubted the wisdom of using... Hello again, friend. There wasn't much point when I couldn't speak Arabic, and he couldn't speak. Well, I did know a few words of it, but doubted the wisdom of using them. Here's your brush, sir. It wasn't easy getting it back. The manager took the brush from me, gave me the toilet keys as my reward, and stomped off. What was all that about?
Manager, he say, bah, look at state of this. Need much cleaning.
Said all that?
Body language account for much.
The sink was clean, but there didn't seem to be a plug. The mirror was as clean as anything else in there. It was a roller towel dispenser. And I thought the French had strange toilets. Oops. I hadn't drunk any... I hadn't felt a need to spit since I was 12. Hello again.
Ray.
Nothing. So... Unfortunately, I had neither the time... Hello again, sir.
Filthy! Bad!
Okay. Hello again, Pearl.
Why, hello, George. It's such a pleasure to see you.
Nothing. Hi, Nijo.
Hello?
What happened to your ball, Nijo?
I regret to say that it
Oh, Nijo,
not too soon, at which point I shall
I'm sorry about the statuette being broken as well.
again, do not fret, sir. It has been on the shelf for a long time. As merchandise, it did not have legs.
Now it hasn't got any arms either.
Very droll, sir.
Yeah, I have this statuette. It is broken after all.
Certainly. And when my father deals with that feline for breaking it, you can have a Davy Crockett hat as well.
See you around, Nijo. Hi there, Dwayne. Hi. What do you think of this?
Looks like the kind of thing Pearl might be interested in.
Okay.
Count on it, George.
Hello again, Pearl.
Why, hello, George.
Are you interested in antiquities?
Am I? What have you got there, George?
How about this fine statuette?
Oh, George, that'd be ideal, except, I don't know. It looks new, George. You wouldn't be trying to make a fool out of me, would you, George?
Good God, no, Pearl. Nothing could be further from my mind. What do you think of this?
My,
I've got...
with my
Have you ever heard of...
Merlin,
No,
Moolin.
you haven't, have you?
No, darling.
I've got to go now.
It's been a...
Marib looked pretty defendable with a high wall all around it. The plaster seemed to soak up the grease paint until it began to look like stone. Hello again, Pearl.
Why, hell...
What do you think of this
Oh, not that. Just what I've been looking for. Just one thing, though.
Oh?
It looks awful similar to that modern one you showed me.
Ah, well, that's because... You see, that's because the first one I showed you was a modern copy of this one. And I sought out the artist who'd done the copy and bought the original. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, George, how can you ever forgive me?
There's nothing to forgive, believe me. Would you like it?
Would I ever? I'm not carrying the money, though. If you go and find Dwayne, he'll pay you for it. If he gives you any trouble, just tell him that I want it.
I've got to go now.
It's been a...
Hi there, Dwayne.
Hi there.
What do you think of this?
Good gravy.
Yeah, I had to turn this town upside down.
Boy, your luck's better than...
I wouldn't know.
What'll they say back home?
Oh, I couldn't. It's the...
$50. Take it.
I'll take it. Here you go.
And here you go.
Thanks for the money, Dwayne. This'll come in...
I ought to be thanking.
Okay, well, I'll...
Count on it, George.
I had nothing to buy a car. It's me again. Does this mean anything to you?
Yes. Ma.
Hello again, old top.
Great.
Well,
A terrific...
50. Okay, it's a deal. Here...
Mr.
Where exactly is your taxi? Because the only vehicle I can see around here is an aging army surplus truck.
Yes?
Ah, okay. It didn't seem right to take off with the toilet keys, so I left them on the bar. Hello again, Ultar.
His most splendid and adventure...
That's your taxi?
Oh, yes, most assuredly. Most entirely splendid taxi in all Marib.
It looks like an old army truck to me.
You have lost sight of what a taxi should...
About 4 tons by the look of it.
There.
Okay, already, let's...
Regrettably not, most esteemed pair. There is a minor problem about... The fan belt has taken it up.
So,
what can I do? I must...
How long is that gonna take?
1 day, maybe 6.
I can't wait that long. We gotta get moving.
But how, my friend?
I'll think of something. What does this toilet chain mean to you?
You got brush back.
What do you think of it?
Not enough.
Have I shown you this?
Yes, mister.
Bye for now, Ultar.
May good fortune. His most splendid and adventure.
See you around, Ultar.
There.
What?
Nothing.
Ultar was standing around at a loose end. I had a feeling that something was wrong. Again. Hello again, Pearl.
Why, hell...
Nothing. It's a... I didn't really want to lug the rifle around with me. Hi, Nijo.
Hello? A comedian.
What is this toilet?
Are you big?
So long, Nijo.
Voodoo people?
Hi there, Dwayne.
Hi. No.
I'm just being friendly.
Let's just be friendly. No.
Okay.
Counter.
I wasn't hungry. Hello again, Pearl.
Why, hell...
What do you make of...
Oh,
I've got some plaster of Paris.
that's not...
I've got to go now. I had nothing to buy a carpet with. It's me again. Muruba! What do you think?
Lovely carpet, yes. Ma'at.
I knew the door was locked. There didn't seem much point in closing the dispense. Even closed, it would be obviously empty. Hello again, Ultar.
His most splendid and adventurous client.
Is this any use to...
My friend, the very thing, yes.
Ultar took the towel from me, cut it in two lengthways, and gave me half back. With his half, he did the kind of fan belt replacement that's normally done with stockings.
Now, if I knot the ends together, so... Serviceable, yes? Very serviceable indeed.
Stockings might work on a Bentley, but on a truck, the coarse toweling did the job nicely.
Come along, my friend. You want to see the bull's head? Yes?
A young tree grew at the edge of the drop. Centuries of hot days and cold nights had opened a crack in the cliff edge, deep into the living rock. With a flourish, I tied the end of the towel to the stick with a textbook reef knot. I could see that crack would make a good anchor point. Well, that looked really safe, but I had no choice. I hadn't anticipated going mountaineering when I'd come to Syria. I didn't like the idea of putting my hand in there, but there was something, a metal ring, as wide as my hand. I took a firm hold of the ring and pulled. Whoa there! Around. Oh my God. Klausner? Large as life and twice as dead. I'd hardly had time to accept the fact when I heard the door mechanism start up again. Oh man, no! The door had slammed shut, trapping me. I had a bad feeling about how Klausner had died. A stone head bearing 3 bearded faces. It was a strange image, but a powerful one, redolent with antiquity and ancient mysteries. Sure was an ugly one, though. I couldn't. I couldn't see any marks of violence. Apart, and that Klausner had been pretty smart to get this far, but he was still dead. Okay, all right. Hey, what's this? I'd found some kind of lens, a very old lens made from a very hard glass. That settled it. The knight on the manuscript had been holding a lens the whole time, not a crystal ball. I couldn't see any marks of violence, apart from his fingertips being scraped raw, and that seemed self-inflicted. Klausner had been, but he was still. I'd searched Klausner once and knew that the lens was the only thing he'd been carrying. No portable phone, no demolition charges, no 5-course meal. You'd think international... I couldn't take the inscription with me, and I didn't have a notebook or a camera to record it. All I could do was stare at it and try to memorize it. In occidenta cita est, in ora mundi. Okay. That would have to do. The mount's opening. It must be Ultar. My God. If he comes in, we'll both be trapped. Ultar! Don't come in! It's a trap! Stay where you are! You!
Hello, Mr. Stobart. We meet in the most unusual places. Please, do not make any sudden moves. I have no desire to maim you.
Did you say maim?
I did. Dead men tell no tales, as you say. And I want to hear everything that you have to tell me.
And what if I don't want to talk?
Then I shall, most regrettably, have to kill you. Rest assured, however, that I am an excellent shot. You would not suffer.
Oh, that's good. Believe me, I'm really assured.
It is rather dark in here. I think we should conduct our business outside.
Why should I make myself an easier target?
If I fire at you, Mr. Stobart, I shall hit you even in here. But, unfortunately, my marksmanship will suffer. It could be the difference between hitting you in the leg or the groin. No sudden moves, Mr. Now then, where shall we start?
How about being bosom buddies and you putting that gun away?
Klausner, do you know where he is?
Yep, he's dead. Just around the corner of the cave. You want to look?
I'll take your word for it. How did he die?
Starvation or dehydration by the look of it.
He was caught in this trap you were shouting about? Yes, I suspected as much. The Templars were not ones to give away their secrets lightly. Was he carrying anything of importance?
No, nothing.
So, why is this location important? What did the Templars hide here if not an artifact?
Well, there was something in Latin up on the wall.
Latin? Do you remember it, Mr. Stobart? What did it say?
In accidenta cita est, in ora mundi.
Ah, the words of Caesar. Yes, that makes sense.
Well, I know that roughly it means to the west, to the edge of the world. But what the heck is that about?
It tells me where the sword of Baphomet lies. Mr. Stobart, I am sure that you are just what you appear to be. A gifted amateur.
Thanks, I think.
But I can no longer tolerate your interference. There is far more at stake than you realize.
So what are you going to do?
I regret that we must end this here and now. Your only choice now is whether you die like a man or like a dog.
Hey, look now. Don't kill me. I've got money. Maybe we can cut a deal.
You disappoint.
I couldn't take the inscription, and I didn't have a notebook or a camera to record. All in Akid. That the mouncil. My foot. You did and what? Boy.
Now, how? Klausner.
Klausner? Who the hell's
I followed his trail here.
I never heard of this Klausner guy before. I just asked around about strangers and got lucky.
Luck is a commodity that I have been watching you since you are...
You have? I never noticed you.
Precisely my point. You don't know what I know. Please, now.
I'm telling you, I never heard of the man, and I don't know. Now, if you're gonna kill me, just get it over.
Very well.
I couldn't take, and all in that would have to. My foot. You did
and then rest. It is
what
that it
boy.
Now then, where clock? I'll take your word.
Stop. No.
So,
well, it, well, go.
It, there is.
Okay, you're the boss.
You are an honorable man, Mr. Stober. I should like to shake your hand.
Yeah. Well, it was a... Okay, let's... Luckily, the canopy on Ultar's truck broke my fall.
Thank goodness for that.
The worst...
What about...
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's good to see you again.
Really? Well...
I wouldn't have been much help. Anyway, you did just fine on your own.
Have you any idea?
As a magnet, I'm sure.
Let's take another look at the manuscript. That's the face of the statue I saw at the bull's head. There's a woman, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces. That... There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous...
What are you...
I'll be back as soon as I can.
Okay.
Hi there.
Bonjour. Ah, Monsieur Hardy, no?
Stobart. George Stobart. It doesn't... Hi, Andre.
Hello.
I just...
Serious?
It's a long story. It was referred to...
Yes, what?
A secret cave built into a high... In the cave, I discovered a map bearing a phrase in Latin. In Occident...
The island of...
Lies at the edge of the world.
Strange.
Like I said, it... Have you deciphered any of the images on the manuscript?
There's very little I can be sure about. The slang of the bull.
Who's he?
A Persian god, almost as popular as Christ. The only thing I can be sure of is the knight.
How can you tell that?
The writing on the shield, the reference to no self-respecting knight.
Can you identify the knight's coat of arms?
I already did.
Were they famous?
No, they're not.
Oh.
The spotlight of history moved on.
Does this lens mean...
Nothing.
Thanks for your help.
You're welcome.
The glass case was intact, but the tripod had been replaced by a sign reading, "Exhibit temporarily removed." Hi, is this the De Vasconcelos house?
Who wants to know?
I could tell the old coot was going to be trouble. My name's George Stobart. I was wondering whether...
The house is not open to the public.
This is the De Vasconcelos house.
And what business is that of yours, senor?
Look, all I want is to speak to the head of the household.
There is no household. Only the Countess and myself.
What do you know about the Templars?
Who wants to know?
Are you angling for a bribe or...
You have nothing that I want, senor.
The guy was obviously protecting the Countess against the whole world. But... Tell me about the Countess de Vasconcelos.
She doesn't receive guests. That's all you need to know.
You don't even know what I have to talk to.
She hasn't won the lottery, has she?
Yeah. That's it. The Countess has won the lottery, and I'm here to give her the check.
Marvelous.
No.
The Countess doesn't do the lottery.
Oh, for crying out loud. Why'd you lead me on, then?
To amuse myself. To make you look a fool. To make you go away.
Okay. Well,
Adios.
Hello again. Yep, and it's a real bonus to see your smile. Do you recognize...
No.
This lab pack?
Not. No.
I'll be going for now.
Adios, senor. Hey, you.
Yeah? What is it?
You would not like it if people just wandered into your home.
Well, no, I...
Then show a little
Okay. I didn't like the idea of carrying 30 yards of hose around me, so I left it alone. The hose ran from some sort of utility room all the way to the lawn. I didn't like the idea of carrying 30 yards of hose around me, so I left it alone. The hose ran from some sort of utility. Hello again.
You again?
Yep, and it's a real bone. What do you make of this?
So that's it.
If I was hawking medical supplies, I can think of better places to hawk. Do you know what this?
See,
L.
El,
Oh, is he any good?
he is as funny as scabies. We,
Look at this.
it's a tissue with...
Yes. Have you got any use for? Oh,
Adios.
that didn't look like a good way in. A portcullis says things a no trespassing sign never can. The main part of the house was old, but nowhere near as old as the gatehouse section. That didn't look like a good way in. A portcullis says things a no trespassing sign never can. It was then I realized I'd left home without my pocket siege engine.
Hey, you.
Yes?
I've already told you. You are not allowed in the house. Understand?
Okay. The hose ran from some sort of utility room all the way to the lawn. Rats. It's locked. I didn't want to mess with the building. From a distance, I thought it might be a summer house. Close up, I wasn't so sure. Over the doorway was a statue of a hooded figure bearing a cross. It looked kind of sinister.
My hose has stopped.
Yeah?
See, my hose never...
Well, I'm sorry to hear it. It's always sad when an old tradition comes to an end.
Did you have anything to do with it? See.
Well, I'm shocked. I'm mortified.
Very easily, senor. I'm going to find out why my hose... And that means going into the house. You are not, absolutely not, to go in the house. If you do go in the house, I will...
I didn't like the idea of carrying 30 yards of hose around. The pressure... I hid behind the armor and waited for developments.
Hey, you. I know you are there. Oh.
Madre Dios.
My name's George Stobart.
You must leave at once. You're not wanted here.
Please.
Very well. State your business.
There's been a series of murders, part of some conspiracy. Anyway, the trail led me here.
Here? There is nothing for the outside.
Over 600 years ago there was.
What do you mean?
This...
The Knights Templar. Oh.
They had a secret that was so important, they went to a lot of trouble to hide it.
I do not see what this...
Your family had a strong connection with the Templars, right? I believe that they've planted some clues here.
Why should I believe a complete...
Just let me have a look around. If I find nothing...
You'll be spending the night at the police station. Very well. Please.
Thank you. I know your family...
You should be asking how my family were in... The Templars ceased to exist since...
I'm sorry.
Don't.
Okay. Whatever happened, happened almost 700... So, if the Templars left any clues...
Obvious.
So...
Early medieval... Well, or of course, the chess...
That chess set is over 600 years old? It must be worth a fortune.
Indeed it is. Not that I would part with it, of course.
No, I wouldn't either. That's the sort of thing that gets handed down to your children. Sorry.
Its value is less than you might think. The set is not complete. One of the pieces is a modern replacement. As to the original, it was lost a long time ago.
Nobody has any idea where it is?
No. The children had it when they were taken.
Children? What children?
All in good time, senor.
May I examine the chess set?
Certainly. But do not move any of the pieces.
Okay, thanks. Close up, the modern piece stood out like a sore thumb. There was something else odd about the set. All of the original pieces had irregular bases.
My lady, I have to warn you, there's a... You! Why, I feed you to the dogs.
Lopez, what have I told you about feeding intruders to the dog?
But, my lady...
Never without my permission. Senor Stobart, if I find that you're wasting my time, you will be fed to the dogs. Now, I want to show you something interesting. Follow me. Lopez, unlock the door, por favor. This is the only remaining structure on the estate contemporary with the Templars.
Nice. What is it, a summer...
A mausoleum, senor.
Oh.
Come with me.
Hey, senor.
Yeah?
I do not know what you have told, but I do...
You've got nothing to worry about, don't you?
No, the dead do not interest me. My garden is a living thing.
Wow, this is old.
It was constructed in the 13th century as the final resting place for the De Vasconcelos Templars.
It's well maintained.
These are my ancestors, and they deserve respect. I come here at least once a week to say a prayer for them.
Mind if I have a look around?
By all means.
In front of the shrine was a lectern with a Bible on it. The mausoleum contained 5 tombs for 5 of the Knights Templar, man-size in marble. In front of the shrine was a lectern with a Bible on it. It was a rod with a cone and a hook on the end. I guessed it was for snuffing out the big candle in the chandelier. High up in the dome, I guessed they might open them to make it less stuffy in there. Now what? There was nothing to snuff. Feeling like an idiot, I put it down again. I couldn't climb. It was... On removing the Bible, hey, it's a checkerboard. Close up, I could see that the pattern was made up of glass squares over a checkerboard pattern. Some of the squares had little jagged holes in the middle. It was too delicate. The lectern top had a pattern of glass. Now what? Feeling... May I ask you...
You may ask.
What's the story with the glass...
Glass chessboard. Oh, the pattern on the lectern.
There are pieces of glass missing from it.
Oh, it has been like that since I was a girl.
The gaps in the glass chessboard look off.
No, it is ridiculous. What possible thing?
It's part of a chessboard, and the gaps are for...
Senor Stobart.
This place was built for the Templars. Your chess set is as old as the Templars. It's kind of suggestive, isn't it? I think this must be it. This is what the manuscript is pointing.
This is extraordinary. Am I to understand that the Templars left a puzzle here? And in all of this time, we failed to realize.
It was wonderful to watch the Countess change before my eyes.
Right. Well, no time for wallowing in self-pity, eh? This mystery has had a good life.
All those years of fatalism were falling away from her.
Lopez! Lopez! Put that horse down and listen! Go to the house and get my chess set. Yes! Oh, damn the game! Now, hurry! My, this is exciting, is it not?
Don't get too excited.
Oh, I do not...
It's good to see you happy.
Happy?
Is the Virgin Mary really the...
You are showing your... The Templars...
Who exactly are these people?
My ancestors. These 5 men were all members of the Templars.
5 ancestors in the order. You must be...
Not 5.
Where's the 6th knight?
He was lost.
You lost an ancestor?
It is a family matter. It can...
Well, it's connected with the curse of the De Vasconcelos, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Okay. You certainly know your history.
What's your opinion of the Templars, Senor
The Templars? Well, they seem no worse than...
You are... Compared to the simpering politicians of the Hospitallers or the brute, the Knights Templar were the embodiment of the filthy, money-grabbing French king and his pet a bane settled upon my family at the...
It was all a long time ago.
Some things...
While we're waiting, I'd really like to know what happened here. I mean, the curse and everything?
It all began at the time of the dissolution. Don Carlos had already left.
Don Carlos? Is he the guy who went missing?
Si, but he had reckoned without. Their bishop envied us our lands and determined to use... Don Carlos was on one when Don Carlos returned.
They took the kids? But...
Oh, we will never know. But witnesses had seen his men kill the servant.
What happened to Don Carlos?
He swore he'd... He put on... He... Lopez.
Si, my lady.
Por favor, senors.
My lady.
Calm yourself. I believe Senor Stobart's motives are...
Very well, my lady. My lady seems to trust you.
But you don't.
No, senor.
It fits, Senor Stobart. It fits.
Working quickly, I found which pieces went into which holes.
Senor Stobart, look!
What is that? It's not the Holy Grail, is it?
Missing for almost 7...
Wow. Well, go on.
I cannot.
Go ahead.
Are you sure? This...
Sure, I'm sure. The possibility of death traps only occurred to me a few days later.
So the curse of the Devascon...
Oh no. The Countess was thrilled to find the lost chalice, but there's still the riddle of the missing knight.
Well, you can forget about that now and get back to finding the Templar's secret.
Actually, I promised the Countess I'd find Don Carlos.
You what?
I can explain everything.
You have got the odds for a with...
The Countess entrusted me with the chalice and the quest for her ancestors' tomb.
You're as crazy as she is. Haven't you got enough problems? Khan and the Templars?
It's all part of the same thing. The manuscript pointed us to the knight.
What then?
I don't know. Let's take... This is the chalice I discovered in Spain.
I still can't figure out why the Countess gave it to you. After losing it for all those years, she simply gave it away. She's one pro...
The Countess is a fine...
I wouldn't be surprised if there's something going on between you and that Count.
Are you serious? I'll be back as soon as I can.
Okay.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie.
Did I... What do you make of this cup, Andre?
It's a 14th century communion vessel. Spanish, probably.
You sure know your onions. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome.
I think he suspected me of being the mysterious Sewer Jacques. And the last thing I needed at the moment was to be arrested for crimes against public sanitation. Excuse me, Father.
Pardon?
Do you mind if I ask you a few...
Not at all, monsieur.
I noticed that the stained glass window on the left looks...
You have a keen eye, monsieur. The original window was destroyed in the last war. It was as old as the church.
Oh, man.
Oui, a terrible loss. Still...
Is the right hand...
Oui, monsieur.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
You have come to the right place, if that is... Many of them were executed in the square outside.
Well, the Pope was right behind.
Clement V.
That's kind of forthright for a...
You think so? It is hard to be sure what happened. It is so long ago.
How long have you worked here?
Hardly work, monsieur. I have been helping Father Flambe.
I guess you don't know much about the history of this church.
Just a little.
You've got...
Ah, oui.
I guess so. What do you make...
It certainly looks...
About as old as this church,
There seems to be an engraving.
Yeah? What does it say?
I do not know. It is very tarnished. With your permission, I could try polishing it. I promise I will be very...
That'd be very good of you.
This should...
Okay, thanks. The priest was still busy with the chalice, so I decided to have another look around. Waiting in prayer. Biblical references engraved, I guess. Just think. I was surprised Philip Lebel... Carrying all that armor around must have been hard work. I wondered if this guy... I didn't recognize the biblical story in it. I was a Sunday school dropout. The lens. Hey! A Knight Templar burning at the stake, and a date. Let me see. M.C.C. 1314. The Templars were demonstrating... If the dissolution... Well, I could have just taken... But I wanted to be sure what I'd be getting out of vandalizing a church. Other than deporting. A Knight Templar burning at the stake, and a date. Hello again, Father. Hey, thanks.
It is my pleasure.
What was the...
It was not writing. The remarkable thing is,
Yeah?
Oui, I think I have seen it. That winged...
Did you know that the center window conceals an image of a man burning at the stake?
The Burning Man?
What, you knew?
That there was a hidden image? No. But the church has a reputation for being haunted. Many do. But when others they look, there is nothing. Perhaps the light has to be just so for this.
Yeah, or maybe you need a You must be proud to have such an...
Pride is a fine example of the...
Boy, what a shot!
Merci.
Catch you later.
Au revoir.
In French, English, and German it read, in 1312, Pope Clement V dissolved the knightly order of the Templars and excommunicated its members on charges of heresy. In the following 2 years, many of the knights were their grand... There was no water to frost, and the... I think he... And the... Hi, Andre.
And
What do you make of this?
it's a 14th century communion vessel. Spare me.
You sure know your onion. Thanks for your help.
You're welcome.
There was nothing in the urn.
Hey, hey, you. Sorry.
I didn't have time to sit around. Waiting in prayer for the judgment day. Now that my attention had been drawn to it, there was no mistake. There was no name on it, but the coat of arms was undeniable. I'd found the last resting place of Don Carlos. My eye was drawn to the biblical reference. Hey, maybe these biblical references mean something. Psalms 32:7, John, Corinthians 1, 4, 5, and I may not be perfect, but I've got a memory like a steel. The chalice had led me to these inscriptions, but it looked like a happy coincidence. After all, the de Vasconcellos arms were already on the manuscript. Nope, I was still convinced. Okay, Psalms 32:7, John 4:11, Corinthians 1. The chalice had led me to these inscriptions, but it looked like a happy coincidence. I was still convinced that the chalice had some significance all of its own. I was surprised. Well, I could have just taken the end off this, but I wanted to be sure what I'd be getting out of vandalizing it, other than deporting. Hello again, Father.
Bonjour, monsieur. How pleasant to speak to you again.
Have you seen...
No, I...
Catch you later. A roll of old... I thought of all those Parisian firm buttocks of the young ladies, the flabby flesh of the... That wasn't a pleasing... What? A typically last time I decided I was happy enough right.
Hello.
While I was in Syria, it was like a head with 3 bearded...
That sounds as if it could be Baphomet, the idol described by the Templars.
The poor Knights of Christ had an idol that looked like that?
Allegedly. The description of the idol came from the evidence extracted by the Inquisition. Mind you, not one statue or idol was ever found on Templar property. Until now, that is. Just last month, a statue of Baphomet was unearthed right here in Paris.
Where?
At the Institut Hermétique de Nerval. The statue is beneath the foundations. It was discovered by some workmen while renovating the building.
Can you tell me any more about the statue of Baphomet?
It's a fearful image, even now. A bearded head. The base of the statue is carved with Templar symbols. One of the workmen noticed a curious stain at the base. He claimed it looked like blood.
Blood?
That's right.
Do you think the manuscript...
Frankly, no. That's...
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.